Behold, the divine light guides us all. I, Ephes, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Son, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom I have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine with swine, which is made from grapes, as you know. And our Lord, he loves to drink. That's something that our Lord took pleasure in. He was here on this planet Earth. He's not going to do it anymore until he returns to do it with you, showing just how much he loves his elect. He's not even going to drink until he does it again with you. I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So what a moment that's going to be, man.
That's it. All right. Shalom, shalom, yashalom. You know, we're here. It's GMS Oklahoma camp. We're doing a live video. And, you know, like we always do, as in highways and byways, foremost, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai, divine to the apostles, elders, great snowstorm, Mashate to the brothers, teaching word. For the hopeful elect, soon to be elect, Most High will, to the hopeful extended elect, more to Shalom, blessings, men, women, and children. And, you know, this brother, he does, you know, spiritual videos for kids. And it's a good thing because we need to inform our kids of these things that they watch, that they into, that's around the world, that they've grown up, or, you know, to know from young age to now, to the young adult. So, you know, I'm just assisting this brother, and you know, we're gonna just roll into it, man. You know, and tune in, subscribe. You know, we in the last days, so everybody needs to be edified, man, women, and children. So we don't take this lightly. Everything needs to be broken down, and everything in certain ways it needs to be broken down in the simplest form. And, you know, we take these elements that's been introduced to the world, break it down, just like cartoons, just like other kid movies that seem like kid movies, but grown men are writing them. So we have to address those things, make sure they're understood in a way that the Most High wants us to be them to be understood in the spiritual eye. So that's what this brother does. I'm glad he does it. So I'm just, on the system, tune in maybe anywhere I can be. So, it's this game that we're gonna go into, but we're gonna kind of give some updates as well on why you should be preparing to return home, man. To return back to the Heavenly Father, it starts with your mind, and a lot of children, especially young men who are following GMS, watching GMS. We know that y'all play video games and stuff, and a lot of these video games is even the scriptures pertain to a lot of this stuff that you play. So you want to look at it as a spiritual eye whenever you seeing this stuff, and knowing that you need to be renewing your mind, and applying your Hawashai, to your daily walk, because it's not as easy for you to, be as on fire for the Lord as a teacher, because we teach it every day. So we know it's we try to use these aspects to, show you that the Lord does care about y'all too, man. Just because you're not mentioned doesn't mean that the Lord doesn't care about you. So we're gonna start right here, where it says right here, it says we're gonna go into this to show that we near the end, but particular elders and apostles, they've been speaking that, of course we talk about things that are going to happen, but the first thing that has to happen is that once the famine of the word comes and we stop teaching and the MOTBB made mandatory, that's when you're gonna know it's time to, you can't think like everybody else in this world, Jake. You got to think spiritually. And even before that, but it's like emergency, like you're at the brink of everything, and there's certain things being manifest. So sometimes a lot of times Jake got to see something, but we see it way before the time. And that's what you should be doing. Yep. Trying to see before the time. And this game is going to show. This is why we teach you this stuff, because you got the scriptures plainly say that teach your children what's coming, man. Yeah. You got to teach them too, and this is part of why we do these videos when the Spirit comes on us to do them. So this says why Trump wants Greenland, right? Why the White House thinks it's so important for national security. So we're going to break down why this is such a serious deal, and we're going to try to do it quick. But basically, Russia and China ships are all over there right now. Okay. And when we show you a map of where Greenland is, it's close to Canada and America, Babylon the Great. So that's a good point. That's a good vantage point for the BRICS. So that's why America's like, hey, we don't have no choice. We're gonna have to take it by force. Y'all gonna give it to us, because they know if they don't, then they too close to home, to their home. You know what I'm saying? They're too close to Babylon. But we'll just get to a quick point and show you the map. Here's Greenland. And then you got Canada right next to it, and then you got Babylon the Great down there, which is America. Which is America. Yeah, America, Babylon the Great. And then you got Norway over there, and everything else in the east. So this is why this is such a big focal point, and it has a lot of rich natural resources. So and look at that, that's big, man. Yeah, that's a big area. Yeah. And it's got key points along the coast, because that's where all the resources are. They're always on the coast. If I could say this, as we get to the end of the world, New World Order and all that, the power grab is there from these power countries, just like U.S. So more and more they're gonna they picking, on the monopoly board, so to speak. They kind of trying to pick certain properties that hasn't been, or even if it's a sovereign country, or even if it's on its way to be, or those certain things, countries that's left, like as a peninsula, as pretty much undeveloped, they're trying to own, trying to capitalize on. So, and like you said, it's a sovereign country, so they're gonna be like, nah, we don't want to do that. But the superpowers are saying, nah, we're gonna make you do. That's their mind state. Nah, they're gonna get with this.
That's why you already got Russia and China over there, and America's like, no, we can't let them have it. So we're gonna do this one way or another, because these are some of the minerals they have. This is feldspar. They have graphite, molybdenum.
That's popular even. You know, a lot of people know what graphite is over here.
These are raw minerals that they want. Platinum group metals. You know, platinum's very expensive. Rare earth minerals. There's a lot of rare earth minerals over there. You see the little dots. There's a lot of yellows over there. They got a lot of rare earth minerals. They got a lot of rich rare earth minerals. Titanium, which is very important. And then vanadium. That's how you say that.
If I don't say something, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And go back to those elements.
Yep.
And it talks about elements right there. Graphite and platinum group metals. And a lot of this, like when they pose the thing about, you know, the agreement, the all so-called agreement with the disarmament of nuclear capability, so to speak, uranium was a factor. So these elements they use for more energy and for more a possible atomic energy, like for use for bombs and all that. So when you think about these elements, you got to think of how they look at the elements. Like they're not using it for resources for the earth. They're using it for like more uranium, more plutonium, more this and that, just to gain more superpower with their military might, their nuclear bomb, you know, status, you know. So, and that's why they want these resources. You be thinking it's natural and got something to do with agriculture. It doesn't, because it's basically like you a gem. You do the gems. They have frequencies and they have energy to them, and they know this.
Yep.
You know,
and just like Saquon was saying, they gonna use it to basically push this digital system for the MOTB, which is the RFDI CHIP that you put in your right hand, your forehead. You know, we talk about it all the time. And this is for, you know, children that, you know, you've been watching GMS for a while. You know, you understand what we're saying when we say these things, but we do got to speak in a particular code, you know, to make sure that they don't cut the channel down.
Yeah, and if I could say this too, we'll go on. They know that our spirit and our energy resonates with elements on the earth. So even if they don't use it for the agenda, for that they use it for an agenda to where they don't want nothing around when they come out with their new world order and the Coward G6. They don't want no energy that can make us, you know, have access out there. Us have access to make our energy even more profound, proficient. Talking about the Israelites, so-called Negro Latino, because they know these times are coming. Where certain men are gonna have spiritual powers, and the elements as an energy, they know the frequencies of things and the elements of things, so to speak, on a certain level, to where they don't want us to resonate with any of those. So they rather gather them to themselves, keep them to themselves, whether it's used or not, so we won't get it.
Yep. So this right here is what it's saying. It says these critical minerals and rare earth elements are vital components in emerging technologies, such as wind turbines. Go ahead.
No, there you go.
Such as wind turbines.
Yeah,
you know, this is gold right here. You know, wind turbines, electric vehicles, energy storage technologies, and national security applications. China repeatedly sought to leverage its near monopoly of rare earths to exert pressure on the U.S. last year. So they've been pushing, you know, they've been trying to, you know, take all the resources before America gets them. You know, that's what they've been doing. You know, so that's why Trump's like, no, we got to get this. So when you got this, it says this is a quote from another Edomite, you know, a so-called white man. It says Trump is a real estate guy. You know, Clayton Allen, head of practice at Eurasia Group, a political risk consultancy, told NBC by video call. recently. He said Greenland is sitting on some of the most valuable real estate in terms of economic advantage, which is like your economics, you having the resources to provide for your people. You know, so economic advantage and strategic defense for the next 3 to 5 decades. That's why they want it.
3 or 5 decades. Decade is 10 years. So that's 50 years. Right? Am I not tripping?
No, you're right.
Yeah, the next 50 years. And that's kind of like the magnitude of how DARPA displays their futuristic visions. You know what I'm saying? By a 50-year span and all that. That's why you got DARPA in 2050. And that was that was like back then. So now they probably doing another 50 years or whatever. You know? Go ahead.
So in doing this, because America, Babylon the Great, you know, they don't really have as much presence as China and Russia has over there. That's what Trump said. He's like, no, we need to be over there because all them resources over there. So that's why it's very crucial that he said we're gonna take it one way or another. Because without doing that, then they're not gonna get their minerals. Because you know these guys, America is the biggest bully, but so is China and Russia. They bullies too. You know, so they're just not the biggest bully. So Greenland is like they're gonna have to fork over something, or they're gonna get took over.
Have we got any scriptures yet?
I was gonna pull up one.
Yeah, because it's an informational video too. But if you go into the how America plays its cards too, it's like those elements that we're talking about in uranium or whatever case may be, they use for technology, of course. So when they tapping into these elements, they're using it for more power, more energy. So then you be like, well, they want to be the greatest country of the world by means of those elements, means of those advanced nuclear, you know what I'm saying, radiated devices. Like the MOTB, if you look it up, the C-HIP, it has elements that make up that chip. You know what I'm saying? That brings more frequency, that brings it more closed in to where they figure out the mathematics of how it relates to human abilities and all that. So that that's the Elon Musk shit, of course. But it all ties in. You know what I'm saying? Because they definitely watching those things. And going back to black oil, the oil thing with Afghanistan back in the day, same thing, bullying these little countries that were used to be little to take their resources like oil, and all kind of other elements. So the same thing happened,
And that's how it is. America's always usually came after oil, but this is bigger deal. We're talking about rare minerals that run your car, your refrigerator, your cell phones. This is what we're talking about. Because they already know that China is going to take Thailand. They're gonna take that back because they already had Thailand in the time in the past. And Thailand is a place, or Taiwan, Salakia, Taiwan. Taiwan is a place that has all the most advanced computer chips in the earth to run your laptop, your video games, all that.
That's why
that's why they want it.
And that's why China is one of the leading countries that deals with robotics and technology. America don't even though America does it and has it, they don't want to promote it like China does. China is like, we got the next top robot, the robot that closer to human features and human. So
So this is how we know that we're in the point where you got to start preparing your mind to separate from what we call reality. That's what we're doing. But you can use that even through the technology that you use to realize that the Lord is speaking through this stuff too. So Isaiah,
might as well go to one.
Yeah, I
You
just
know,
I just wanted to get to the point, but we'll go
I
ahead.
mean,
We'll just go ahead.
because it's too.
We'll have to break down, you know, all that,
us.
you know, going into it.
Yeah, you don't have to go. Slide.
Yeah, you know,
Go ahead,
you
go
know,
ahead.
you know,
Go ahead,
you
yeah.
know, we gonna be on that,
Yeah, go ahead,
going
go
into
ahead.
all types of stuff.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
just to the point.
My bad, brother.
Nah.
It's your channel.
That's, hey, what you mean? You
Nah, I
in
know.
too?
Go
What
ahead,
you
go ahead,
mean?
go ahead, brother.
We together in this thing. It ain't my channel. Shoot.
Humorous.
Oh man, this is fun. We glad to get to do something together for the youngins, man. But Isaiah 19:2. But you know us, we'll get in there. There'll be the little kid will be like, I don't know what that means. But Isaiah 19:2, and it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. You know, and just like Zaquan always say, that this is modern day Egypt.
Spiritual Egypt.
You know, spiritual Egypt, spiritually modern day Egypt, because, you know, in that time we were under the Egyptians, which weren't, you know, of course, Esau, even the so-called white man, they were the Cushites, which are basically the so-called Ethiopians. We was under them, and they wouldn't let us go. So that's the same situation now here with Esau, the so-called white man. He won't let us go. So when it talks about these Egyptians against the Egyptians, it's talking about them fighting each other. They got Russia over there in Greenland, America, Babylon the Great's over there in Greenland. Two different types of Edomites fighting over this territory. Okay, that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother. No different Russian Edomites, American Edomites, and everyone.
Didn't that similarly happen with Ukraine? Like the same type of.
Yep,
situation?
same thing. Yep, in Ukraine. Yeah. Because Russia wants to take that over, but America was like, that's too much power.
Yeah.
That's too much power. So that's why they fighting. But this is the prophecy. And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's why we're pointing this stuff out. You know, and Trump, and Trump is saying just what Trump said. Trump said Greenland faces fatal moment as Trump says U.S. will take it one way or the other. And we talked about this yesterday, that if they try to take that place, then NATO will cease to exist, okay, in a sense of alliance, okay, which means what? World War III, what the prophets have been talking about for a minute, you know, for years. So you know, now is the time to really prepare your mind to understand that everything is about to be, you know, renewed. So if you don't have your mind renewed, and everything, all these video games and stuff, they want to get you to seem like you're looking in a spiritual sense, but it has to be broken down by the prophets for you to really, you know, get what it's saying. So we're gonna go through this game, and we're gonna watch some of this game, and we're gonna go into some presets. We'll start with you know, one of our favorites. You know, we didn't try to take too long. We're not doing too bad. It's Deuteronomy 32:7. And it reads, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. So you got to think about, go ahead. You got to do it? Okay. You know, consider the years of many generations. So, you know, when you are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just hit me.
Yep, there you go. Go ahead.
Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations, because it hasn't been many generations. And when many generations go by, things start to fade sometimes. Memories of things that were once no more. So then it says, remember the days of old, because things change, you know, generation after generation. You know, so you got to go back to the days of old, the ancient, the fathers, and they'll tell you before the things started to change. And that's what we do a lot of times. We like, well, you know, there's going to be some high technology and robots are coming before they even really surface like this. So, you know, subjects are behind, man. But we informing people and the children that, you know, and it's kind of like they, you know, a lot of children, their spirit is starting to resonate, because they like, you know, you have, you know, children grown up to be somewhat adults or maybe in the mid-age, and they have memories of like, damn, I remember when we used to mine used a cooking, mine just did this. You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like that bridge that we gapping between the day to yesterday. You know?
Mm-hmm. And that's why it says, it says, ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee. And this is how, young brothers like me have gotten to grow and learn, from our elders, man, and able to, use our abilities for the elect. And so this game, how I ended up coming across this game was I was helping a particular Jake I knew back in the time, because I finally got a vehicle now, and I used to use a bike, and I let him use the bike, and he, I don't really have no game or nothing like that. I'm usually making stuff for my business, but he let me play this game a little bit, and something spiritually came across, in my spirit to kind of go over this, to show that the Lord is putting this stuff even in the games Jake be playing, to show you that you should be considering the days are old, and you should be considering, because everything right now looks like ruins, to us. If you're a spiritual person, this place looks like ruins, man. It looks like it's like it don't feel like home no more. That's why, Jake, you used to have Christmas with your family or whatever, and holidays with your family, and now it's like, dang, it's not even there no more. It just look like shackles.
Even the people that's my age, they wish they could go back to the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like that old, more subtle, more, where not much technology was implemented in the earth, or at least in America or whatever. Yeah.
And that's what's happening. We start to realize that all the stuff that we thought was the home wasn't really home, man. That's why it didn't last. That's why we don't do Christmas no more. That's why it just died out. Nobody do Christmas. Nobody really do birthdays. Nobody really do Valentine's. They're like, whatever, because it's not real.
Yeah,
it's a mirage.
Exactly.
But you can through those times, you still have moments to where things were taught to you, where once you came into the truth, you can facilitate those things and grow, grow to a more spiritual mind state. So, we'll play a little bit of this, and Zaquan, if you want to stop at any time, let me, and then I'll put in pre-sale. I got one that I'm gonna throw in too, but we'll watch a little bit of this. This game is called Ghost of, I think it's Yotie, and it's on the PS5, right? And that word, before we get into it, that word Yotie, it means to plan or prepare. Okay, so you got to plan, to basically detach yourself from this reality, because this place is going to end up ruins. So you don't want to have a mindset like this is going to last forever, Jake. Basically. So we're gonna start right here, and let's get into it. So this woman right here, she's basically returning home, but it's ruins, See, and then it turns back into where she's a child. Everything looks good. Her family's around there, This is kind of like, how we were in America. We thought like everything was great, but now you go to your home now, it looks like nothing's there.
When you're talking about home, you're talking about Jerusalem?
Yeah. But just saying, like even talking about here in America, like this is why we came to realize that, all this stuff that looked good, it really wasn't our home. That's why it didn't last. You know, but in the sense, like Saquon's saying, it's spiritually talking about Israel too, because it's in ruins right now. You know, so we consider those days of old because those were the times we were taught, you know, how to be spiritual. We don't get that here. So you know, we're gonna play a little bit. And just call, you know, let me know if you want to chime in. You know.
Out of the way! Jube! Get back here! That hurts! You let your guard down. Stop running, coward!
Go ahead.
Go ahead. And that's why the Most High got the prophets on there, because in this AI world, in this simulated world, the old school and the old ways is nothing but simulated, where people really don't have a real true connection with it. So we're the realest connection to this, to where we're able to explain, like, you know, in the way of the spirit of those old times that used to be important to us, and you know, even pointing out Jerusalem. So that's why they want to take the prophets off the streets, because they'll look at old times like, oh, it's just a memory. It's just, no, we going really physically back to the old times. That's why motherfuckers getting their head chopped off today. And you know, I dropped the F-bombs, like, you know what I'm saying? Our children's witnesses that. I mean, you know, when I see on the news a lot of times, even lately, that children, you know, that parents, I mean, things have been going on around children where they got to witness certain things. People getting shot, beheaded, their mother, you know, father getting stabbed and all that. So, and they kind of try to process this horrific stuff. Well, if we explain to them the origins of our history, there was a lot of it was clothed in blood and murder and rape in a way to where it resonate with their spirit through videos and all that. I think that it'll give them a better understanding as a heart of a child to, you know, how they can intake this stuff that's going on around them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, but we're there for a reason, to explain this. We're on the outside looking at these things, explaining like, this is real. It's simulated, but it's real. And let's take you back to the real steps of you know, how it really is in our world. You know.
Done. So yeah, we'll just, you know, play a little bit more. The water.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, play a little bit more. That's good
So easily
explanation.
distracted. Come on! Father, stop him!
You don't need my help.
I've got you now! Not yet!
I remember we watched this.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Practice. Be there soon!
Give up?
Never! Got you!
Let's finish this in the training ring.
Maybe later. You heard Mother. I'm late.
Japanese people.
Exactly.
Some of our people look like this. So you can take this and really get, a different perspective on all walks of life concerning Israel. They're going through the same thing over there in the East as we're going through over here. Even the children.
Like even when we mentioned Denmark, it's some Jakes still live in Denmark today. It ain't all
just them. Yeah. We're over there too.
We're over there too till this day, man.
That's why they even talk about the spirit over there, like we do over here.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's good to look at different aspects of life, and we
got a camp. It's a GMS camp in Germany. When you hear about Germany, you be like, oh, that's just Hitler people and white people. Nah, we over there too, man.
Yep.
Still suffering over there, man.
Yep. We still got people over there.
Yeah, man.
And this is what we all going through. Because you know how this is her walking through the ruins.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna pull this up real quick, get a preset.
The Song of Comfort. It's like when David played the harp. King Saul, and he got his spirit, and his spirit calmed down. Well, when you hear certain melodies, this is a song, like the truth is a song to make you remember that melody that we danced to with Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Just like King David, when he played it, King Saul's spirit, it calmed down. So, even after the ruins and after they played this, and she was teaching them like the melodies and all that. Remember, like
remember what I taught you.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 11. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked, which basically means like we don't have no resources in a sense of where we own anything. Everything we got to get is from the so-called white man. Anything we gonna get has to come from him. We are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. There is no, so we got to go back. We got to go back because we don't really have nothing here. We don't have nothing here. And I'll read a little bit.
If I could say something too, we tell our people these things and we set these visions for our things. Like we explained in this video, we explained like how they interpret cartoons and how children interpret certain things. Like, we resonate with y'all. We ain't separated with y'all. We understand these things. We're telling you in a matter of just because we outside looking in. This is what we both know, and still, and still. So we grew up the same way, bro. We grew up in America too. We grew up watching cartoons too, watching the fashion of these things too. And now the Most High woke us up and like, damn, that's why they played that. This is for our sakes. Even though they might be Moabites, they might be Israelites, but even if they Moabites, we still resonate with the experience to where.
And the Moabites, for y'all who don't know, they're the so-called Chinese. And then, but this really was the Ammonites would be these are the Ammonites, so-called Japanese. But you got to understand, like Jaquan said, some of them are Jakes, so you don't want to just pass it up. And a lot of these things that a lot of the most exponential, or I would say the most known people over there in that realm, over there in Japan, and that were very well known. Most of them are Jakes because their spirit is different. Okay, so they stood out from everybody else. And their story was remembered. Because that's the ones who's going to only be remembered as Israel.
And when this scene, like we talked about, this scene makes me think of the Song of the Truth. Like the Most High is setting songs of the truth to help you remember. Like, remember we used to dance in Jerusalem. Remember the Most High used to dance with us, his son Yahweh Shai with us during the Roman Empire. So these are these elements. You got to grab it and take it. Like, this is not a simulation. It's based on real life. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make everything a simulation to where you're not able to connect. Like, that didn't really happen. Certain things a lot of things really did happen, but they just put in a simulation to make you disconnect from the reality of it. But this is based on reality, man.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, let the music flow through you.
The truth flow through you.
Yep.
Feel the difference. I love this song.
Let's start right there.
Together.
She said, "I love this song." It's certain things that when you hear a song and then you be like, "Yeah, I don't know," and then they hit a certain key, and you be like, "I do remember that song now." So the Most High is kind of setting us in remembrance things, and He's hitting certain keys in us. They say playing with my heartstrings. Your mental strings to where one of these keys are gonna make him remember this song. Or put in the chorus, or and then you be like, damn, I do remember. So, we ain't no, there ain't no fuck boy, F boy shit stuff over here, even with our children, because our children like grow up under us, and then sometimes they be like, damn, they grow up in hardcore situations, and sometimes bullied and all that by society, and then you be like, son, remember this? We use a, dance. We use to love each other, and that the world is taking it as weak. But man, when we get these spiritual powers, we gonna wreck up on these ninjas that be causing division and strife among our people, man. We gonna wreck up on their asses, man. Like we coming to get their asses, man. You know what I'm saying? And we saying it with words now to where they able to approach us and come up and talk. But and we'll handle that too. But overall, when it starts really popping off, we gonna be ready for that, man. We gonna be ready. Go ahead. Remember, she said, "Remember the song." Remember the song, man.
She said it was a gift from your grandmother. And remember, all we always gonna say, copyright, fair use, man. Just throw that out there. We ain't doing this for monetary gain, just educational purposes only.
And I'm glad that the apostles mentioned One West, because they mentioned the roots of where they came from.
Yeah.
And it's very important to know that. And it's like the song that rings in our ears, like, man, the way they were doing things, that's biblical. That's like the Bible. And now camps are breaking off from One West, breaking off from the apostles, and that's what happened back in the day in real life, in the Bible. So now we like, damn, now we understand.
And this is to show you that maybe physically we don't have a dwelling place, but in our spirit we have a dwelling place, man. And this with Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So she's gonna mention something. We're gonna play a little bit, and she's gonna go through a situation of you're gonna see this. We're gonna play it, and then I got a precept on it.
When I play, I feel like she is listening on the wind, guiding me. How can she hear you
like, we
you
so, but she said about her grandmother, I think she said, I feel like she's listening.
Yeah.
And as the wind, and we are the voice of our fathers, and said spirit is like the wind. So we hear
that's the precept I'm finna pull
up. Okay, but we hear the voices, and we're reminded, like, man, of the ancient voice. And so those spirits are still here, and the voice of the Father is still here on the earth, man. It never was, even though we passed physically, that spirit is still there. And that's what she was doing, reminiscing. And now she's teaching her, like, can you hear it? She wants her to hear that voice. The sheep hear my voice, man. So we're going to hear the Most High's voice all through these captivities, even to this very day. We woke up to the truth. We heard that voice, and we followed that song. I remember, Lord. I remember now. You loved us. You never left us. That's what we remember now. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like she is listening on the wind, guiding me. But how can she hear you if she's gone?
See?
Run it back a little bit.
Music is on the wind, guiding me. But how can she hear you if she's Gone.
That's like saying Yahweh Shai ain't here no more. Why y'all follow Yahweh Shai? He ain't here no more. Nah, we can hear him clearly.
Yep. Yeah, but when you're a child, you have to be taught these things.
You have to be taught.
So you know, but watch when it's gonna go back to her being an adult.
Go ahead. I'll be stopping every minute. Hey, pause it. Right there. Nah, go ahead. I'm just using the restroom.
Okay, come. Continuing, it's just, you know, we gonna go too far, so Zaquan can get back to it, man.
Gone. Music is not bound to this world. It can speak to those who are no longer with us. I will always be listening, either here or on the wind. Are you still listening, Mother?
Right? So you see how she was like, you know, her mom said, "I'll still be listening even in the wind," right? Which is basically back in the spiritual world, is what she was saying. You know? But I'm gonna go back and we're gonna point out a few precepts, and then we're gonna get back to the video, trying to make it, you know, where, you know, it don't take too much time. But 1 Corinthians 4 verse 12, it says, "And labor and working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we suffer it." Right? We suffer not having you know, our land back, going home to Israel. Verse 13, "Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are offscoring of all things unto this day." You know, and that's the kind of situation that we're in. So we don't feel like, you know, the Lord's, you know, sometimes you'll feel like the Lord's not listening. Sometimes you'll feel like, you know, your forefathers are distant, but they right here with us, man. They still listening. They're hearing the song. They're hearing prophecy playing out, you know, and they're with us, you know. And in a sense, you know, we are our forefathers. You know, what we've been taught is, you know, part of, you know, what we were taught in you know, in our past lives, man. You know, because reincarnation is in the Bible. You know, that's why you have deja vu, and you know, you have certain things like that, you know, to show you. But you know, we have scriptures on it. We'll go into them in a minute.
I feel like I mentioned before.
Yeah, you know, you say when what the churches always say, "Oh, when I'll see you again." Well, how you gonna see him again? They got to come back, you know. But you just don't remember. We'll go into that precept in a second. This is John chapter 3, verse 8.
Slacky, but Yahweh Shai said he said, "Handle me. Do spirit have flesh and bones?" So, how you gonna handle your loved ones if you believe that you're gonna see them again? How can you handle them without them being in the body? Because Yahweh Shai said, "Handle me. You know, grab a hold of me and see that I'm here. I'm really here. Spirit don't have flesh and bones." So he was back in. Go ahead.
This is John 3, verse 8. "The wind bloweth where it listeneth, and thou heardest the sound thereof. It canst not go whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit," which is basically saying you can't like govern it. It goes where it's supposed to go. That's why, you know, when the mother, you know, she said, either I'll be listening either here or in the wind, which is her spirit. It's gonna be in the spirit world. So she's still there. You know?
When King David and Solomon, I mean not King David and Solomon, King David and Saul, when he played the harp, it said the spirit departed from Saul. right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so Saul didn't want the spirit to leave him, but it did. Because it listed where it may go, like governed by Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you want the spirit to do certain things, it might not do it because, it's listed where it may. And you basically got to catch the spirit. Like they say in the church, catch the Holy Ghost, but they butcher it. They basically, going off. But the spirit is like that. It's like the wind. You got to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you're going to miss it, and then it's going to, not be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And going into showing that we've been here before, just to point it out, there's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to be put in remembrance through the Spirit. So for us to understand that, we're not at home right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
For us to be able to catch that and understand that shows you that the Lord is with us. He's coming. He's with us. Because it says there ain't no remembrance of the former things. So how do we remember the days of old if we don't remember the former things?
Mm-hmm.
It's because the Heavenly Father sent His Son, and He said His Son was the spirit of prophecy.
Yeah.
In Revelation 19:10. Mm-hmm. So this is how we know that the Lord is with us, man.
Yeah.
That's how we know. Because He can't remember. We wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
But we do.
And through the process of child development, children don't catch things right away. They don't catch if they see cartoons, they don't catch what we catch.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible because they still children.
Mm-hmm.
But we catch it. So when we do, we teach them. Like, wait, pause that. Son, that's what. We can't let them just watch stuff and continue to watch stuff without breaking it down and telling them what it means and shit. Because it's gonna be embedded in their minds, and they're gonna think that's how you're supposed to act in society.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, slow that down, son. Look, this or that, like this. They wouldn't have caught all this. They were like, man, I didn't know what that meant. That father.
Mm-hmm.
And some grown men, we need to be retaught. That's why we gotta stay humble. Like, I didn't even see that either. You know what I'm saying? So, like this brother doing videos and like these games and stuff. A lot at who do you think make these games? Some elite type of people that make these games that know about this the orchestration of an elite type of thinking. So they put it in these programs, these games, and these. Been proud of a son that has kind of figured out a video and shit, and subliminals of a video that he played. Not so much, and not nowhere near the schools. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get credit for figuring out a game. Like, I beat this game, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't got no class for that. They ain't got accolades and rewards for that in school. Mm-hmm. But you be like, damn, my son figured that. You be proud of your son figured that out. It's a game. But he figured it out, and you be like, damn, I wish I'm gonna reward my own son. But they don't got that in school because they have separated those things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The accolades of like they make it everything seem like a game, like it's simple, but games are real, man. Games are real. This game is a sport, and sport is real. You know, you could play football, you could really bust your ass and shit. You know, oh, let's play a game. You go out there and play basketball, you could really bust your ass and be in a wheelchair. So games are real. So that's how we taking this. This is a game, but it's based on realistic, stories and all that. So we gotta break it down to the children. Go ahead,
Son. It says, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after, which is, going into you're not really gonna know how your judgment's gonna play out. But he gave us the remembrance that he said he was gonna come for us, man. He said he was gonna come bring us out of captivity. He told us to remember the song. And when the mother was like, "This is my favorite song," that's how the apostles are with us. This is our favorite song. Let's play it together.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we play it.
And you remember if that scripture in Psalms, how can we sing the Lord's song
in a strange land,
man?
We're gonna pull that up real quick. Let's go pull that up real quick, and then we'll play a little bit more video.
Y'all gotta know this is the whole part of the story, Israel, whole part of the movie. The song, the dance, us remembering, us having nostalgia, us what do you say, deja vu? That's all a part of this, man.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, we always say Israel is a people before a place. So even over here in this video, the strange land, for her is in a sense her own place that she used to be, where everything was right. That's how it was here in America. We had this mindset of like thinking that this was really home, and then it was like we our forefathers can say, you remember this? This is really the song. And then we was like this. Psalm chapter 137 verse 4. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? And really that land, like I said, Israel's a people for a place. So wherever you're at is Israel, is where Israel is. So, we had to get rid of ourselves. We were that strange land. That's why we were scattered to strange lands. You got to get it out of us to go home.
In our neighborhoods, we became a stranger to ourselves. You look to your right and look to your left, those are your neighbors of your same people, but you like, I don't know that woman, I don't know that man. You supposed to know.
We're supposed to be one. We're supposed to be one as Israel. We're supposed to be, but now it's trickled down to where only the elect have that mind state. That we know each other. Through the Spirit. Like I said, I'm listening through the Spirit. So just because we ain't physically around each other doesn't mean that we ain't connected. That's why the Lord said, he said this. No matter where we were at, man, the song still reached us, and we're singing it again. And the only thing, because the woman who's in the video, she didn't say she didn't remember the song. She said, "Are you still listening?" She said, "Are you still listening because you're not here?" Are you still listening? That's all she said. She didn't say, "I don't remember it." So she remembered it. So this woman kind of represents like a believer, because everything it said hope is evidence of things not seen. How does she have hope when her whole house looked like ruins, man? Like when you look at it, it's ruins, man. There's nothing there.
And remember,
but she still has hope, man, because she's fighting.
If you read the Apocrypha, and I think it's Esdras, but she said, Israel, I'm a widow. I'm desolate. I'm no longer able to help you because Jerusalem used to be our nurturer, the motherland, And she said, I'm no longer able to do that. I'm desolate. So you be like, damn, where are we supposed to go now? take care of my children, pray, and all that. So now we're in this foreign land. We still have to pray and all that because we're not home yet.
And the hopeful elect, you know, the Lord has put the Spirit on us to come together for each other, man. You know, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 38. And it reads, "For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh."
Can I say that about nor height? It ain't talking about like so much physical height. It's talking about the height of the things that have been exercised in this world, even by wicked people, or you know what I'm saying. So you be like, damn, we far deep into this rabbit hole. We far deep into the depths of our captivity. The height of us being in captivity. We the lowest of the people of the world. And
that's what it said. No dwelling place. That thing, we ain't nothing. But this song shows us otherwise, man. It shows us that no matter what they did, it didn't separate us, man. We still got the song.
Exactly.
We still got it. So how could the Lord not love us, man? We still got the song. So separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in, you know, Hamashiach, which means the anointed, Yahweh Shai, our Lord.
Oh, if I could point this out, Shai. Even in what do you call it, the Willie Lynch laws and all that, they separated age and all that, the elder against the younger, against the elder. So Most High said, I don't care about that. I'm gonna bring that together. So that depth and height and all that is it when Esau's little measly ass mind is measured through a particular ideal, an evil ideal of separating us in age and all that.
Yep.
And Most High looked past, you know, he brought that together.
And this is the perfect reason why they did that, because they knew that was our laws. It was our laws to instill what we know to our children.
Exactly.
That's
come on, man.
That's why they separated it, man. So this is Deuteronomy 11:18. The point is in 19. "Therefore, ye shall lay up these my words upon your heart, which is your mind, and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand." Right? That's why we take notes. We get lessons. We take notes. We go recover our history. We go and learn about things. Write all this stuff down.
It said the hand.
A sign upon your hand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you don't have no resources left, let's say you a man getting a girl's number, you don't have none, no paper, nothing. You like, hey, just write on my hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I've done it before.
Yep.
Like, damn, man. Okay, just go. What's your number here? So that's the connection with the Most High, back with him.
Bind it. Make it to where it's inseparable. That they may be as frontlets between your eyes. You know? Verse 19. Hold on. It's going slow. Verse 19, "And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." These were our customs. That's why, like Saquon said, they separated, the connection between the elder and the younger. You know? So that's why we even tell you, like, that's why I said respect the elders, and respect the elders as fathers, and the younger men as brethren, because they're going to be the same. If they're being taught by the elder, they the same. You know, just a more humble status, man.
It's a proverb that says, the scripture said, this proverb shall be, so it's like the daughter is like, so it's like the mother, like the daughter.
There we go, man.
So you know, they figure like, damn, we don't want that to happen with the man, because he's the head of the house. He's more of an impact, especially as an Israelite. So we're gonna separate the man from his son. That's one of the key things, because he gonna grow up just like his father. King David was just like, Solomon, just like King David. He was war ready too. He had navies and all that. You know, go ahead.
Yep, we just gonna watch a little bit
Yeah.
more. Anything pop up? Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Hey, man,
talk
hey.
to me, man. Talk
You know,
to me.
you know,
Talk to
hey,
him.
I'm bouncing off you. I'll be like, hey. You got your
Hey.
input in there.
Hey, do whatever. You know, this is a exciting video. I got to do a children video. You know, AKA Youngins video. And this is one of the first ones I actually.
And this is I like this video because it's more. Remember they used to do that even in my time. They used to do that little unglamorous type of videos and all that. This is more of a realistic, video of our children could be more interested in it because of the realistic dynamics that it has, and they know this, but that's why they wanted to hold that back and stuff and release it to now. Like after we destroyed, they had this stuff technology back then,
and they mad, man. Look at all this stuff, man. They mad we doing this. They freezing the computers. They doing all that, man, because they know, man. We breaking down strongholds, man. That's.
Hey, we glad. Hey, we glad, man.
They didn't want it to come out perfect, man. They know what they doing, man. But hopefully they don't take the doggone video down, man.
And if they do, we thrive on it.
We gonna thrive on it. We'll go redo it. We ain't scared.
The whole video,
man. Crazy. See, relive the past. That's what she's doing. Reliving the past. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Reliving the past. Renewing our minds with the past, man.
And you got to go back to the ancient, because if you go back relive your past, you're gonna run into all those problems.
And let's see. Let's see what kind of happens in there. Let's watch a little bit. And I got a precept. Zaquan, you got something, throw it in there.
Too much more.
See? Oh, hold on. Yep, all right.
One day I'll make perfect cuts like father.
Right? He over there, the father always
Run along to your father.
hold on. The father always dealt with the sword, which is like the word. It said the word is a double-edged sword. What's the father doing over there? He's smithing the sword. That's the men's job.
Father, unless you'd like to keep practicing. I'm going.
Oh, keep practicing. Keep doing the truth.
Yep. She said, I'm going. I said, go to your father. Right?
Is that your thing I heard just now?
Music doesn't come easy for me like it does mother.
Would you think something made you feel better?
Maybe.
Strike quickly while the metal is hot.
Teaching.
That's it. Now, inspect your work.
It's bent.
Don't just hit one side. Share your frustration equally.
Share your frustration equally.
That's it. See, now you equal it out. Now, there you go. Yep. Yep.
Have you ever burned yourself?
Oh yes. Not a lesson to forget.
Man, this is the video game they're doing right now.
And
like this is cold.
That's about to go into the fire, right? And it Mosai said he's make a man more pressing than gold.
You know we finna put it in there.
We gotta get even on every side. Sometimes we bent and shit. Mosai gotta that's on the other side.
Gotta turn you around. I'm telling you, man. You already know which one we're finna go to. It's Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. Yeah, we'll do that one too. We can do that one too. Let's do that one first. Because it goes into knowing that this place is finna get destroyed.
You hit the point, knowing. So when you know, you do. You make moves. Like, damn, I didn't know that. I got to work. I gotta work on it now.
Yeah.
Gotta make
Yeah.
moves now.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
See, and our children need to be taught and taught. Like they can't just be taught once; they gotta be taught and taught because it's that you dipping them back into that fire of knowledge, where they have to be exercised within to where they be made straight. You know, you grow up bent in this world. They say a man that's born of a woman is a few days, full of trouble, a few days. So you gotta, gotta shape them as soon as they be born, grow them up to be straight, and you gotta continue to dip them in that fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna be straight until we get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Till we get into them chariots, man. Go ahead.
But more fine to go even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Yeah.
And
Pastor Hart said. I mean, I think Ophir is in America.
Mm-hmm.
That's the I think
it's
one
like
of the purest gold, but everybody think it's overseas, but it's here in America.
And it's a cave too, full of it.
Yeah.
It's a cave,
mm-hmm.
and they don't even let nobody go in there, man.
Yeah.
They don't even want to mess with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fine. They didn't want to mine it. They wanted to leave it like they seen it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's gonna be with the elect men.
Yeah, that's always,
they ain't gonna want to touch it, man.
And that's the beauty of the Most High. There's always a top. There's always the better. There's always the best. Ophir, the gopher wood. You know what I'm saying? Things that the Most High has us use as elements, the best thereof. And that's what we want to bring out of our children, the best thereof. We want to introduce them to a world where they can become the best thereof in the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So we break these things down to where they'll be ahead of the class.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Your son going to school. Y'all ain't never heard about who were we talking about? Russian and America and what's that country we talking about? Country we talking about?
And look, when you go into Ophir, there's a video that says searching for the land of King Solomon's gold.
Mm-hmm.
This is he had the best gold.
Yeah.
Ophir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is like some serious. They still looking for some of it.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is some precious gold, man.
Yeah.
And the reason why they couldn't find it all because the gold is the men.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
That's the gold.
And the Most High said,
the men, you ain't gonna find it. You're not gonna find it. It's with the one people who they say are the scum of the earth.
Even when the Most High said the silver and the gold is mine, he was talking about his people, man.
Yeah.
Like that, those are my people.
Yep.
Silver and gold is my God.
Yep.
You know.
So we're gonna go down here, Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, like Zaquan said, you're gonna go through different situations, which is like the anvil being turned and beaten on different sections. Mm-hmm. Okay, to refine you.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, let's talk about America specifically, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So 2/3 of our people are going to die here because they were never refined through the Spirit. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're going to pass on. They're going to be part of the ruins, but they will come back in the kingdom, through the third. But the third shall be left therein. That's the elect. Mm-hmm. So out of every 3 Israelites, one of them is the elect.
Yeah. It made me think about how he was hammering the thing to make it straight.
Yep.
But the dipping in the fire is what really shaped it to where you were able to get the shape out of the beating.
Yeah.
So our people, when they get beat by the hammer, that's what they resonate with, not the dipping of the fire and shit. Mm-hmm. You got to be dipped in the fire to be able to shape the gold.
Yep, that's why he said put it back in the fire because it's not hot enough. You got to put it back in there.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, then you can go back to work. Then you can get back to work, but put them in the trial, and then you can make it look right.
Exactly. And you can shape yourself.
Yep, that's why we pray for strength because we know the Lord gonna dip us in that fire, or we ain't gonna change, Jay. So don't change. Yeah, don't
You can't reshape yourself.
Yep.
You can't change yourself out of the old man unless you dipped in that fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, so that's why I said don't hate reproof. Yeah. Don't hate it said glory in your infirmities. Because that means the Lord's trying to reshape you, man. So you won't just get left out here and burned up physically. You know, so verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined.
Dipping you
refined.
Back in there,
Dipping you back in there to see, can I even reshape this?
Yep. Impurities out.
Yep. And I will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name.
And that lets you know it's a process, because he said, I'll try you as silver. Because, you know, and then it's gold, silver and then gold. But he says, as silver is refined, and then that's the process, and then try them as gold. So you only, now he's dealing with you as a different level of gold.
Different level.
Yep.
After he refines you. So that silver part is when you're not really looking the best. That's why when you come in the truth, you're a little rough on the edges. You don't really know a lot of knowledge. You know, you're bouncing, you know, whatever kind of way, trying to figure out how to deal with situations that the Lord's giving you. But as you get refined, he's gonna be like, okay, this is valuable now.
I'm gonna try you as gold.
I'm gonna try you like you was never silver, man. Like you was the most precious thing on the earth. And that's the MOTB, man, coming. That's how he's gonna try us. That's that fire. And it's gonna happen as soon as we stop being able to tell you. That's when it's gonna happen. That's when it's gonna go down. That's why we're on here every day trying to tell Jake, remember what the song. Remember, man. Because we're gonna come to a point where we're not gonna get to sing no more. You know? That's why he says, this is my favorite song. Let's play it again, man. Let's just play it one more time. This is what we were built to do.
Yeah, you know, you had that favorite song on repeat, man. Like, this is when my heart was broken, and I'm affected by this the most. Your heart got broken at Jerusalem when they besieged us in 70 AD. And the Most High, you want to hear that song because it brings back memories of when we used to be there. Right before that, we was ruling, you know, Europe for 1,000 years, the Holy Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
Come on, man.
That's what's happening right now. Through that refining, we're calling on the name of the Lord right now.
The Lord, all caps, Yahweh.
That's talking about Yahweh.
My power, man.
Yahweh. Come.
It said his name is a strong tower. He that run to it safe.
His name.
His name.
That's it.
Alone.
Nothing else.
That means he don't even have to show up. You can just be like, you know Yahweh.
Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh.
Yeah, I know Yahweh. Yeah, you know if you were in a school and your and everybody know your cousin and he might be in the game, whatever. And they scared of him. Everybody fear him and shit because they know he's connected and shit. All you have to do is mention his name. Oh, you what's the name? What? Oh, okay, you cool. You get a pad because you saying that name.
And you see right here how she said, you ever got burned? He said, oh yes, it's not a lesson you forget. That's why we get chastised. It's not lessons that you're gonna forget. Okay. So you as youngins out there, when you get punished, this is supposed to make sure you don't forget the Lord's judgment coming, man. Do not get comfortable here and forget.
And that's why you have to extend up the rebuke, because the Jake don't get rebuked today. The children don't get rebuked today. So now it's in words. Now it's in the Bible. Now it's in you know text and all that. Like you know.
Or they get their Xbox taken or something like
exactly.
They gonna forget that.
Exactly.
That's why they stop letting the older whip their children and stuff.
And I'm glad you said that.
Okay, because they gonna forget the really what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because Most High ain't gonna be weakened by this BS that this so-called white man is spewing. Like, okay, so you took away the law of beating people, and you look like a child abuser. Well, I'm gonna take your Xbox. I'm gonna take the most valuable thing, and that's that's how the Most High is. You take the most valuable thing that you desire and take it away from you. He took Jerusalem away from you.
Yep, he did, and that's why a lot of Jake don't got women too. Like as men, that's why a lot of us don't got, because that was one of the things that we wanted the most, and the Lord was like, well, I keep putting this punishment on you painful wise, and you're not getting it. So you know what? I'm gonna take something else. So you can see feel both sides, spiritual and physically. I'm taking away both of them. So you can realize that you in the wilderness, Jay. You don't got nothing here. You not home.
The womanship capacity.
So in them doing that, they still furthered the lesson. You know, they made it to where now physically and spiritually you don't have no comfort. Okay, and that's what's going like the Elder Maka'ala sent that video about how they trained the Spartans. They were used to being uncomfortable. You got to get used to being uncomfortable, Jay.
Because he said, and I'm gonna point out a scene. I don't know if y'all remember, but he said, you know, go to the oracle, and they were telling them that, like, it'll be easy to this, that humpback dude. Why don't just go to the archive? Go to the archive. He said, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go around here. We're gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? He tried to make it comfortable for him and shit, man. A more comfortable suggestion to, you know. He said, no, we warriors, man.
Done.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll play a little bit, and then we're going to get another preset.
The blisters. Oof.
He said the blisters.
Yeah. Sounds like a crazy funk group back in the day. Here's the blisters. Yeah, beating them.
This is how the Lord's treating us, man. He looking at it like it's still not straight. Okay, good. Now it's straight. Had to hit it one more time. Had to flip it, hit it, hit it.
Even if it's off by an inch, you're like, no, it's not straight yet.
Yes. Are you sure they're old enough? Yes.
See?
Every blade I've ever fought.
We're running back a little bit. See, he's going to talk about the sword, man, which is really going into the word.
Are you sure they're old enough?
See? Are you sure they're old enough? Yeah, they are old enough. That's how we you taught your children young. David and them, they were taught early in the law and grew up as men at 12, 13, man. Bro, same way with the women.
That's why Goliath was looking at him like this young guy, because we were raised up real young in the law, and that's all of Israel, even the women. Okay, so you be ready to be an adult early, quick. It said the Lord in Isaiah, Isaiah said he was a quick understanding. You can't say you a child of the Most High and you don't got quick understanding, man. It doesn't match. You gotta hit this, gotta click, you know. And of course it's necessary patience, but when it says necessary patience is seeking the Most High, it's not saying that you just not learning you not getting it quickly. We're saying necessary patience because there's so much knowledge that you have to hear. But when you hear it, it's supposed to click, Jake. It's supposed to click. It's got to click. It shouldn't take long. This is who we are as Israelites. It shouldn't take long.
Yes.
Every blade I've ever forged has been leading to this.
A masterpiece.
See, he said every blade I ever forged has been leading to this. That's how the Bible was. All these letters that the elders and apostles in past lives have forged leaded up to what? The scriptures, man. The whole complete Bible with the Apocrypha, man. The 1611. All these swords I done trying to refine this message. Now it's here.
Protect our family.
to protect our family, man. This is to protect Israel, man. So we can really rest in the wilderness, man. Just like we did when we got let out of Egypt last time. This is for us to rest. This is Psalm chapter 37, verse 7. And it reads, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, which is like, don't go to that level where you upset and you being hasty. You just making like, man, no, they rich, man. I gotta go get this bag, man, right now. I gotta go get rich. And you end up making a decision that costs you your life, Jake. So don't fret yourself. Don't lose patience, man. Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And that's what we're seeing. All this stuff. Esau getting to do all this stuff and nothing happened to him. Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. And taking vengeance on your own is basically doing evil. Okay? We gotta wait.
Yeah, because when you see somebody girded up on war and they making all these bombs and all these swords, you want that too.
Yep. So Jake, don't start panicking, try to make a move. Oh, I'm gonna run to the mountains. I'm gonna do this. Don't do none of that. Just wait where the Lord puts you at, man. And he's gonna come get you because he said, ain't none of this can separate us. So we resting right now. Even though we work and all that or whatever, in the spirit we resting, man. Verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. So going back to the video, we ain't got too much more. This is kind of a long video, but we enjoyed it, man. This is a great video. Glad to have the spirit come on us to, bring another children's video, another Youngins video. You know what I'm saying? To the flock, man.
It's inspired by our twin wolves.
Can I hold it?
Of course. Once you know how to use it.
And see, that's how children were. Like, can I hold it? Can I? He said, nope. You got to learn first. And that's just like the scriptures. We couldn't hold this script, this Bible, without being taught first, man. Now we can hold it, man. But it had to start with Yahweh Shai. He had to be the one worthy to open the scrolls. But now, he sent these men. And even though you have a lot of zeal as a youngin, it's gonna take necessary patience, man. Even though you wanna get up and just run with it, it's gonna take time. Sirach chapter 20 verse 32: necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. Right? And we'll watch a little bit more. I got one more precept, and then in case Quan got something, and then we'll get to close out.
Come. This way, my little wolf. It's time to train.
You won't win this time, Atsu. I've been practicing.
That's what you always say.
I think the children would enjoy some music.
The children or you.
Today we
She said
return
the children
to the
are you.
basics.
Huh?
You said the children or you.
Yeah, basically just saying like you. Yeah. He's still like a child at heart. That's why he said when we pull up, he said we're gonna return to the basics. So we doing, man. Back to the basics, Jake.
Enjoy some music.
The children or you.
Today we return to the basics.
Why?
Because a blade without a strong core will shatter. I'm
You hear
ready to
that?
learn.
A blade without a strong core will shatter.
Mm.
That's a title right there. A blade without a strong man. Man, I'll tell you, some of these video games got some it's got some little points in them, man. I'll mess around, probably write that down, do a lesson, put a lesson at that. That's cold right there. Hold on. So I won't forget. Hey, when the spirit comes, you got to do it.
That's why it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's why I'm like, I wanna finish. I'm gonna be trying to hit that dude up, be like, hey man, let me get on that real quick.
Seriously?
Form up. We'll begin with blocking.
We know how to block,
That remains to be seen. Juve, hit your system.
but not too hard.
So you have been paying attention. I'll break through eventually. Very good, Atsu. Nice block. Now, it's only fair that Atsu gets a chance to do it. But this time, I want you to break his guard.
Heavy strikes. Got it.
Is that all?
Dang.
Where did you learn to hit like that?
Yeah, see?
From working the forge.
This next
And
lesson
that's how
is
Esau
another-
is. If you ain't really got, even if you got a strong stance, he can still break your guard, Jake. So sometimes you gotta dodge.
Yeah.
You can't just always, you gotta mix your what? Let's see what they do.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Because you're as patient as a wild horse.
At least I don't smell like one.
Focus. I want you to practice parrying. Show me.
Hold on. See, parrying is different levels.
You should try it.
So when somebody hits you, you can,
Too slow.
Oh, Hudson.
You must be quicker.
right before impact. That's how you parry.
Try again.
You get beat up.
You can do it.
Try again. Come on, damn. Oh, there you go.
Guard is down. Follow through with attack.
You see that? Yeah. Hold on. My computer acting like it ain't working. But you see how sometimes you got to make a move right before impact. Right?
Try again.
Hold up.
You can do it.
Yes.
Look at
Guard
that.
is down.
You got a whole back turn because you blocked at the right time. Sometimes you can't just hold up, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to like everything is timing. It's basically the point. You know what I'm saying? Everything is timing, and sometimes you got to get all the way out the way. And that's how you want to treat your situations in life, because you got people attacking you, man. But some attackers are more efficient than others. So you want to put yourself in a position to where, that necessary patience. So we're gonna get to the basics. Why? You over here getting beat up. That's why we going back to the basics, because you still getting slashed. You still haven't really fully learned the basics. That's why we stick with the basics, man.
Believe me, Jake, when you pass certain tests at a certain level, most high will advance you to the next level. So you're able to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't gonna keep you in the same place.
Yeah.
Make sure you grow enough to pass the other tests.
Yeah,
Be ready for it at least.
We talk about the basics. He over here still getting clocked with the stick. Like, that's why we going back to the basics.
You know how humiliating it is to be in the same grade for 5 years and shit. You a full grown ass man.
Right? Yeah. He beating his ass up. Oh shit. Ooh. Yeah.
Too slow.
He said that's it. That's a true teacher.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
You know, somebody else is gonna beat you down and shit like,
See the way your
this
brother's laying
nigga
up?
ain't shit.
That strike must be parried.
Good job.
See? So there's certain attacks like this one, it can't even be blocked.
Yeah.
You can't even block it. You're gonna have to make sure you parry it. See, this is how the basics are. There's way more basics than what you think when it comes to using your sword, using the scriptures.
Yeah, I remember Apostle said
You gotta know what's going on.
You got breakdowns within breakdowns.
Yep.
You got your basic stuff within basics too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's a lot to this. And this is just a physical way of showing this is how it is in the spirit world when you're using your script, when you're using the script, when you're using the word.
Yeah.
Father.
See?
Son, son.
He got mad. He said, Father, he was mad because she taught her. He taught her how to block it. He said, hey, why you tell her that? He's supposed to learn. So you see how the mother teaching them the song, but the father's teaching them what? How to protect themselves. You know? This is how we were raised in Israel, man. Real young, busting each other in the head with sticks and stuff.
Next time.
You learn how to fight. Not really the women per se. You know, more than men. But you know, they're gonna have to chew out the bones. Yeah, they're gonna make it be like women be striking people like this. That's not how it was. It was two men out here like this. And you know it because that's how they had that one scripture said if a woman ever like jumped in front of two men fighting, she would get her arm chopped off. So women weren't fighters, man. It was only the men. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Speed it up. And speed up a little bit. Yep. They doing a whole bunch of stuff. See, you gotta dodge. See, some stuff is just so powerful. Like right here.
Wait. Trust me.
He's learned from experience.
See? So certain attacks you can't even block. You gotta move. See? You gotta move. So that was it. On that, just to like kind of just give a little insight on like there's different ways you gotta use the scriptures, man. You know, in a sense. So we just gonna do this. Is Acts chapter 15, verse 11. Because you're gonna have these, you know, if you're not a teacher, you still gonna have these Christians still trying to overthrow your spirit. You know, as a youngin in the schools and stuff, they're gonna try to overthrow you. So you're gonna want to know these scriptures, man. Yeah. So you can be able to, you know, so your mom won't be overthrown. You got to know this stuff. You know, how we getting saved, what he's going to rebuild. You know, because we are in the ruins right now. This is Acts chapter 15, verse 11. But we believe that through the grace of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, we shall be saved, even as they. You know, and you know, the grace means like a grace period for you to get yourself right. It doesn't mean that's why I said mercy is seasonable. You only have a specific amount of time to get yourself right, man, before the Lord afflicts judgment upon you. Then all the multitude, verse 12, then all the multitude kept silence and gave audience to Barnabas and Paul, declaring what miracles and wonders the Most High had wrought among the Gentiles by them. You know, and of course, you know, there's two different types of Gentiles. You have Israelites that were born outside the land, and you have actual Gentiles who are not Israelites. Okay? So these miracles, they were seen by both the Gentiles and, you know, actual Israelites that were born outside the land. But this is mainly going into the Israelites who received salvation, man. Okay? Because they're the ones who were taught this song. The Gentiles didn't grow up being taught that song.
The scriptures, no man learned that song.
Yeah. Yep. The heathen didn't get taught that song. Even a big portion of our people didn't get taught the song. Only the elect.
And remember when she was playing with her and she said, "Do you remember the song?"
Mm-hmm.
And some people, a lot of people don't want to remember. Like, y'all talking about that ancient stuff, and
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
I'm trying to hear the newest song come out by Lil Wayne or whatever. I'm trying to get the newest iPhone.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. They don't want you to tap back into your power source, which is the past. Okay, that's why they both start with P's. You know, the power source is in the past, Jake. Verse 13, and after they had held their peace, James answered, saying, men and brethren, hearken unto me. Verse 14, Simeon have declared how the Most High at the first did visit the Gentiles, talking about the Israelites, that were cast out of the land, to take out of them a people for his name. He came to get specific Israelites, the foreign Israelites, to basically graft them back in. That's what I talked about the wild olive tree. We're not going to go into that right now. Verse 15, and to agree, and to this agree the words of the prophets as it is written, which means that Old Testament too, because this is a New Testament in action right now. So when it says as it is written, it's saying it's in the Old Testament too. Okay, that they're revisiting the past in the New Testament, saying that this is still going to happen. Verse 16, and after this I will return, right? This is when he's coming back. Yahushua is coming back, and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, the ruins. So we're over here and we're in our spirit remembering those days of old, but as soon as we go back into reality, everything looks ruined. But the Lord said he was going to build it up again, man. He said he's going to do that. So we can trust in that. And I will build it again. I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. Verse 17, that the residue of men might seek after the Lord, the elect, and all the Gentiles, which is talking about the other not the other nations, but the Israelites that were scattered into other nations. That's what it's talking about. Because it said the Gentiles don't even seek the Lord, the heathen nations. This is about Israel, because the Gentiles were never part of the tabernacle of David. They never were. They never were. They never were. And then you got Israelites that were, they were, not born inside the land, but what was the law? They had to come back to the land and do Passover as if they were in the land, and they would be treated as if they were in the land.
Alexandrians, as Jake, Alexandria, Egypt, they were some of the main ones that went to the Passover.
See, so ain't nobody who wasn't there didn't ever do that. So upon whom my name is called, saith the Lord, who doeth all these things. So hopefully this is edifying to somebody.
Yeah.
And
I just want to say the last thing too. Like there was a time where, and I know some of the people that might be tuning in, there was a time where you had a grown adult conversation. It was separated. You were separated by the room of the adults being in one, kids being in the other.
That happened to me. That
Yeah.
was how, yep.
Yeah, go in the room. It's adult conversation. Adults out here. But even in that adult conversation, it wasn't pertaining to the truth. But in a situation like what we do and what the brother is doing, which pertains to the truth, having an adult conversation is telling your kid to come and listen to us. We're teaching you the right thing. So you can have one room with the adult and the child together, and the child listening in and asking questions about what y'all talking about. Because the subject is serious and it relates to what's going on in the Bible.
And as a child, you would want to be like, man, I want to see what they talking about. When you was a child, you'd be like, man, you try to sneak in there, be like, get your ass back in the room. You'd be like, you was like trying to tap in, like what they talk about. Like, because we was nosy as kids, you know what I mean? Like, you curious.
That's why I did something. I think I made a video. I'm going to recap it, though. It's the difference between gossip and gospel. They talk gossip.
Oh, that's heavy.
But we were supposed to be learning the gospel.
Yeah, man.
So we was enthusiastic about the subject matters of the adults and what they were talking about. But when you grow older, you understand that they wasn't really talking about nothing. He's like, y'all could have told us. You know, it was all gospel, but now it's really the true gospel. Now it's really something it could be R-rated just because of the realness and the truth of it that comes out from us. So don't be alarmed.
But they're gonna have to. You're gonna have to go through the fire too.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to. It never says the elect children. Y'all just ain't gonna go through shit. Like y'all go. If the elect children, y'all gonna suffer with us.
Exactly.
Some of y'all might not even make it.
And you're gonna suffer anyway.
Exactly.
Because Esau is bringing these.
But some of y'all might have to be prepared to die too. Yeah. You're talking about you are the most what I would say. You are the most, when it comes to the children of the earth, you're the selected out of all the children of the earth to make it out, man. And a lot of children is not gonna make it, man. Even the children.
Remember the Pharaoh? He said kill every
single one of them. Every male child
they be born.
Only a few of them made it out, man.
Yep. Soon as they be born.
So you need to have that mindset, you know, to understand that.
That's why
this is what you got to prepare for.
That's why we tell all you women, all that cute stuff is going out the door, man. Raise the baby, and don't care about. They don't care about old or young. They don't care about babies. They don't care about fathers and mothers. They appear to do that agenda. So that's why we're here.
And that's why it says prepare to return home, man. Prepare to see judgment being issued for. That's home. Judgment it's not slack in at home. Okay? Be prepared, Jake. Because that's what we're returning to. And it's going to
home. A judgment is established in the house.
Yep.
That's where judgment comes from.
Yep. Be prepared to take that cheerfully, and be prepared to know that the Lord already is already setting you up for success, because you're getting warned early. For those who are out here who stayed around long enough to tune in, and this means something to you, you know. And even as a youngin, just like you go to school, what do you got to do? Take notes. You got to take notes.
Yes.
You got to write down these scriptures.
Write down things,
You got to write them down and put them. It said inscribe it in your heart, man, in your mind. Yeah. So, you know, that's all I got, Zaquan.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing because, you know, as near as we times we are in you know, the end of the world, our children really have to understand that this is not only no joke, but this is to where they have to learn certain things in their minds, according to the Holy Spirit, to be, you know, able to face these times and to not be afraid of what comes against them, even as children. So,
and it encourages us to where if we telling y'all that y'all gotta be fearless, we gotta be fearless, because you can't be no grown ass Jake. You out there bubbling up. You got this little youngin over here strong as hell because he actually took the damn doctrine and did the shit. So Jake, you better be on your shit, because you're gonna have some little young children out there. You're gonna be like, damn, that motherfucker hard. Okay. That spirit gonna come on, Jake.
And don't think of wisdom as weakness.
Like, man.
You gotta hide out from your enemy. And then pounce on them.
Yep. You know, like I said, knowing when to guard, when to strike, when to hide, when to run, when to move. I can't block that. I gotta get my ass out the way.
Remember Scooby-Doo? Scrappy was always ready to scrap.
Scooby-Doo
was like, oh. Scrappy was like, let me get him, Scooby. And then, but it's like, you can't, and sometimes you gotta be like,
you gotta step back, man.
Think about it, and then, because Most High gonna give us the power to pounce on these devils. So, it's gonna be the right time, man.
Hey,
it's gonna be the right time.
Hopefully this is edifying. You know, Lord willing, we can do more children's videos. Zaquan put the spirit. You know, the spirit came to Zaquan. Hopefully the next one we can do is going into Zelda. Do some research on it. We're gonna tap into that and come with some things as well on that. Hopefully we can do it together, man. Because I enjoyed it. They done doggone. They did that.
It might still be running, but you
can't see that. Like
it's cool.
Okay.
They still hear the audio.
Okay.
You know, but it's been a blessing, man. I'm so thankful for this word. I'm so thankful for the Most High, because He covered all bases, man. It said they disregard the young and the old. Well, we regard the young and the old. That's why we teaching the young, man. That's why we teach, you know, and in the formation of the elderly as fathers and the young. We teach them all. This is a family, man. So they gotta learn too, man. They gotta update. You know what I'm saying? Learn about the gritty things as well as the nice things too, as children, because that's what these times require. That when we get in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to worry about none of that.
Yeah, because if you got your son, it talked about how if you don't discipline your son, he gonna be soft.
Mm-hmm.
In
Exactly.
the apocrypha.
Yeah.
So you don't want your son soft when there's dead bodies all over the place,
Exactly.
Jake. When there's everybody dead all over the place, you gotta your kids, your children need to be tough as much as possible. We're not gonna be all the way ready, but it said doing all you can to stand. The Lord is gonna be the author and finisher of our faith, and the end of that, man. He's gonna take care of the rest of it. But you gotta trust him.
Yeah.
And you gotta have that no fear mentality. Okay? And that's all the way down to the children of the elect, man.
You gotta have your father's number. We got our father's number, man. On a humble level, we got our father's number. Some people be trying to call out the Most High. He ain't gonna answer because you ain't got his number. He give his number to his elect, his children that love him. Like any other father, yeah. Call me anytime, son, because you my good son. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. That's it,
man.
So as always.
Yeah. Hey, hopefully it was edifying, to the brothers, few sisters on the coming board, tuning in, ones that watch, we're always thankful to the Most High and being able to give what we can and be as edifying as we can, man. And like I said, once again, I love the brother that he does videos for kids, and it might seem a little rough around the edges as adults, to children, but this is something that they have to learn and they must see because of these times coming in, and this weak world has been weakened down by America. So we know, hey, children be, we seen the videos, children be crying like they getting like they on fire, but them children, they a lot of times they just be in the moment of things, so it's gonna all level out, man. But once again, giving all praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakadash.
Rakatay Habo, Rakatay Shai, double honors to the apostle elder, great millstone. Must I taste you, the brother, teaching word for the collection to be like Mosiah. Will, Jehovah, extend leg, Shalom, blessings, men, women, and children. Shalom.
Shalom, Wa Baba Ball.
Yep.
Shalom. Yeah, I think it's still running. It
just paused all.
It's just frozen like a mother.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.